So this isn't going to be a very long video, but this isn't really content that I thought that I'd be making, but here we are. So somebody in my clan got like super angry that he lost a game, right? And this is not normally something that I would ever. I don't think I've ever actually reviewed somebody's game, but he posted it because he was super angry about it, right? How the fuck do I lose this game? 4 matches in a row, worst fucking luck. If I play with fucking Boreas and his shitty ass deck, I get fucking smoked. I just don't get this game. He loses to a boss. I killed the boss that round, yet when the next round starts in the hole, I'm getting bombarded. How did I lose this? So I thought to myself, I kind of want to find out. I feel like when I go through this game and I listen to people complain, I always kind of take it as it's a legitimate complaint. Like, oh wow, maybe sometimes, just matchmaking sucks, and like sometimes you just go against max level things, and sometimes it's just completely unfair. Like you have a 1,000 crit chance and the person that you're fighting has a 5,000 crit chance. There are some matches that are out there that exist that are just completely unfair. This guy is in a very low league. He has higher crit, and to be fair, in all honesty, he has better cards. A level 7 Inquisitor with the current bonus of getting leveled up every single amount of time is really good. I would say that his Banshee doesn't need to be in here. He's running Amulet of Growth, and he has no idea how to use it. I'm going to tell you right now, in this game, he has no idea how to use Amulet of Growth. When you merge units on the points, it increases 2%. That, by the way, is not better than a sword. A sword is just better. Amulet of Growth has the ability to become better over the course of time, but it only works if you're going to constantly merge onto that point. He's running a sword, so theoretically, he could run Portal Keeper, transfer a sword onto a Amulet of Growth, merge the thing, right? And then it'll work, and it works that way. But he also doesn't have enough tiles. At rare, I think you only get 2 tiles. You only get 2 tiles. And it's also for Technogenic, which isn't going to help him either. And so the max bonus that he could potentially get is 25%. It's fine if you're constantly using it. And it only grows at 2% per merge. I'll tell you right now, he doesn't use it at all. This is his sword, which is fine. And there are just so many misplays in this game. And I feel like when you lose a game, you think that the last thing that happened or your last board state is the reason why you lost, and I'll spoiler it right now. His final board state is also bad, but it's also micro decisions that you make prior to that. So I'm gonna play this. He's going up against Boreas. It doesn't matter. I'm just focusing on what he decides to do throughout this game. So he's running Banshee, which is already kind of weird. He should be running any other non-attacking unit. Banshee is not a support unit, it's an attacking unit. And he uses it as an attacking unit. So he merges up right there, and he gets a level 2 Inquisitor on a debuff square. It's the Amulet of Weakness debuff square. And he doesn't have a chance to move it. He currently has a Inquisitor on a growth square, and he should be moving one of the swords onto it, theoretically, so that he can merge onto it, so that he can use the square and buff it. But like I said, he doesn't use the Amulet of Growth squares at all, so they're literally just nothing tiles. They provide him no bonus for the rest of this game. He currently has a Banshee that's just sitting right there in the middle, and he's not moving it to the side, and so it auto dies, and it gives a bonus to the top one, where he could have saved it. And in fact, he probably should have put it next to where the Inquisitor is on the top row, because that's how Banshee works. You want it close to the edges, and you want to start at the bottom left corner and then and then work your way around. But he chooses not to move it to that corner, and instead that Inquisitor is just going to stay there forever. That one is an awkward hit right there on the Amulet of Growth Banshee. But in all honesty, again, he should have moved it to where that left Inquisitor is. I don't know why he has it so far away. He's not doing anything with either of these swords. I would probably merge it up so that at the very least you're getting something out of it, or I would eat it. He finally gets an Awakened Sword. He merges both of them. And very awkwardly gets this level 2 nothing. He can actually, there's a play here to either eat the level 2 on the bottom or to merge that up to the other 2 that's doing nothing. And you can also get an Inquisitor, or you could theoretically get an Inquisitor on a square, or you can get literally just anything. All of these Banshees are doing more damage for him than they probably should be doing. I would obviously focus on Inquisitors. Inquisitors are being leveled up by everything. So he merges down right there, but he very smartly eats the level 2 on the debuff square. Because I would not have kept that there. Technically, I guess you could have moved it away, because that level 3 Portal Keeper was a level 2. He awkwardly gets another level 2 on the debuff square. I would have eaten that at that point, because I don't like debuff squares. The attack speed debuff square is whenever a unit on that thing kills an enemy unit, its attack speed decreases. The level 5 that keeps getting leveled up because of the faction bonus is what's saving him right now, as is the Banshees. The level 2 sword is doing literally nothing for him right now. And so I don't know why he's necessarily saving it. I would just eat it and hope that something else got upgraded. Anything else, honestly. The reason why you don't run 2 attacking units is because I'm not sure if he's very smartly not eating these ones in the center because he's trying to give the Banshees that are level 1s and doing nothing more damage, or if he's not eating it because he doesn't know how Banshee works. I honestly don't know. See, he has a level 1 off of the debuff square. I'd eat the one off the debuff square, or I'd eat the debuff square. And again, this level 2 sword that's doing nothing is still sitting there doing nothing. He's keeping the red Awakened sword, and not. He had a blue sword that was not awakened, and he didn't merge them together. So having the one hit one unit every 15 seconds is not going to help him, and it's almost better to just merge the 2 and then eat it if it's an Inquisitor. But it gives him more options, and it more quickly debuffs his opponent. The Puppeteer is the best thing that happens to him this game because it takes all of his Inquisitors that are off debuff squares, that were on the debuff squares, off of them. So now he has a fully activated Inquisitors. He could still merge out the 2 swords, but then he does the wackiest thing very soon, and eventually loses the game. Again, these red swords are just killing me. Right here, he merges the 2 level 1s The 2 level 1 scrappers at some point. See, this was the point when I was watching it, and I was like, I didn't understand how he lost this game. Because this seems really good. Like, this board state right now, if you just sat there and just scrappered, like, you'd be fine. Even though his Boreas is level 9, I don't even know, if it has, like, the first talent, it's fine. And he has the Grindstone with the first talent, that's also fine. It kills this Scrapper, which is really great for him, because it didn't kill an Inquisitor. He summons in a bunch of Scrappers. He has the level 2. He merges down, gets a thing on a debuff square, and all he has to do is eat that with the level 2 Scrapper, and he just chooses not to. I was just watching this game and I was thinking, like, at any moment now, he's gonna eat this level 2 Inquisitor. And he just chooses not to. Spoiler alert, he's actually gonna merge the 2 level 2s. It's gonna become something useless, and he's not gonna summon in. Because he doesn't have the mana for it. And he can't eat the level 4s. I mean, I guess that's a play. You could eat the 2 level 4s, or combine the 2 level 4s and hope it doesn't become an Inquisitor, and then have just the 1 level 5, and maybe you survive. But all of it is pretty bad. And then he dies. There was no reason for him to lose that game. But because just a number of misplays, that's what happens. I feel like a lot of people don't know that there is an incredible amount of strategy and micro decisions that are involved in this entire game. And I think just playing this game over and over, you start to realize that there are so many decisions at every moment of the game that you could be making that will change the outcome of the end of your game. Yes, he did die at the end of the game because he didn't use the level 2 Scrapper to eat the other Scrapper. But at the same time, there were a lot of other micro decisions in the beginning of the game that led to that as well. And it's not just how the end of the game happens. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's just the. I did a short where I died. I think it's called "But I Had a Level 9 Gadget," and I titled it that because we were both about to die, and because I had Gadget, I lost because he had Trainer, and he was able to stop the wave, even though it was very, very close for both of us. Sometimes decisions are, based on the last moment of the game, but sometimes it's also based on how you decide to build your deck. Banshee does not work in that deck. Powering up Banshee does not do anything for that deck. It's better to have just a Bombardier, a Trapper, a Reaper, like just any other support card, a Dryad. But yeah, like there's just a lot of decisions that you can make in this game. And I think a lot of people rely on the idea that of unfair matchmaking and luck and randomness as the thing to hate on this game. Like, oh, I just got unfairly matched, right? I just got the worst luck, right? And there is something to be said about that, because that does happen as well. But at the same time, you have to do the best with what you have. And sometimes there are better decisions than the ones that seem clear to you. I just posted a video, actually, titled, Don't Put Spirit Masters on Attack Tiles. All I wanted that entire game was to put a Spirit Master on a attack tile. I have 4 attack tiles, and for most of that game, I could not, for the life of me, get a Spirit Master on an attack tile, and I didn't want to. I didn't want to upgrade with the Dryads any of my other Spirit Masters. If I lost that game because I chose not to upgrade the other Spirit Masters, and I blamed it on the idea that I could not randomly get a Spirit Master on an attack tile and I lost that game, whose fault is that? Just something to think about.